Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Leadership Standard. My name is Buchilo, and you are watching the Leadership Standard with Buchilo. We're going to start with a time countdown to get more people involved. Thank you for your time. All right, everyone. This is the Leadership Standard. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Leadership Standard with Buchilo. Uh, yes, welcome. Please get as many people involved. Share this broadcast. Let them know that we are live right now. We are live. We are excited to be live. We have a lot of conversation on our plates today. As some of you may know, it's been a very tough time being a Nigerian in this day and age, with the level of killings and the level of insecurity that one has experienced. In this season, it is only fair to say that times are changing, um, and most of the time, the whole idea of this show is to explain and to showcase to people the reason why Nigeria is not a working system. Nigeria is not a working system. It did not work in my father's generation. It's not working in my generation, and it's probably not going to work in the next generation. So the only way to make this whole thing come to a close is to first of all end Nigeria, create a referendum for people to decide what particular places they want to go live. That is, if they want to live in Biafra or if they want to live in Oduduwa. All right. So that's the way I see it. There's a problem in the system. There's a rot in the Nigerian system. Everyone can see clearly. It showcases in the way and manner at which people treat each other. It showcases in the way and manner at which people talk to each other. It showcases in the way and manner at which people, don't even value their own lives. The way they live their lives with no sense of direction, no sense of urgency. Everyone is just overworked, overburdened, overstressed. No one is getting the value for what they are working for. No one is earning the salary that they expect they should get. People are not going to schools. Students are not enjoying the benefits of education that they are promised or they should be enjoying. A lot of crazy things are happening in the country, and it is only sad because every single day we are reminded that our lives are worthless in Nigeria. The lives of Nigerians are seemingly worthless. People die, and rather than there be love to showcase how to help these people that are dying or suffering, rather people are just the government officials just come in and do a photo opportunity with these victims rather than actually solving the the deep rooted problem. They do not solve the problem. Rather, they just pretend like they are solving a problem, but they actually know that they are part of the problem, and that is the leadership that we have found ourselves in Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be an exciting day. We hope to analyze some few issues, and I hope that you enjoy my expose on why I think Nigeria is not going to work and why I think the best way to solve this problem called Nigeria is to actually end it once and for all. All right. We have to we have to look at ourselves critically and ask ourselves how long are we going to continue like this? All right. We have been a group of people that has continuously been, bamboozled by government officials time and time again. These government officials have told us that they care about us, but we have seen a totally different story. We have experienced a totally different energy from what they've promised us. All right. We've been told time and time again that, oh yes, we're going to solve the problem, we're going to make things work, we're going to ensure that there's justice and fairness and equity. But we have seen time and time again that the people that are holding Nigeria backwards, the people, the Fulanis, the Northerners, and the people who are backward in their mentality, their approach, and power hungry, power drunk, with no valuable access or no valuable, no valuable, what's the word now? No valuable access towards solving the problem. All right, they don't even have an idea of how they want to solve the problem. Talk less of, what the problem is, and they are also victims in this as well. They are also victims. But again, it's like they have a higher threshold of suffering as compared to other people, and we cannot be put in a web of destruction against our will. That is the reason why the people are standing up right now and they're saying that they want Oduduwa Nation and they want Biafra Nation. And it is okay even if you don't believe in Yoruba Nation or Oduduwa Nation, but it doesn't give you the right to prevent other people from having what they seek. All right. So today I'm going to start off with this story by the Minister of Information. All right, Lai Mohammed, one of the most controversial people that exist in Nigeria. He's also known for his sometimes disinformation, and one of this disinformation I would say is this: our agriculture revolution will soon be felt on dining tables across the country. And whenever these politicians come up with this kind of you know concocted stories of how things will soon change, and then they never give a timeline. This administration, this particular administration that has brought this particular person into the helms of power, will be expiring next year. So why is it that it is on the final stage of your administration that you're saying that the people will soon feel the effect of the revolution of agriculture? It doesn't make any sense. The reason why these people they make all these fake promises, false hopes, is just because they want to entice and excite the people. But there is really no value added. They don't have any plan to actually solving the problem. All they do is just talk about the problem, act like they're going to solve it, but there are no plans anywhere to solve this problem. These people have no plans. We've seen how they had a rice pyramid. They had fake rice in it. There was no real rice in that, and they just did a pyramid just to make it seem like they are working. But all they do every single day is embezzle, embezzle, embezzle. They keep embezzling the monies of the people that they are expected to provide for. They have no valuable plans for the Nigerian people. But this is where we found ourselves, with this set of clueless leadership that have no goals, no ideas, no plans, no structure in place, no precepts, no proposal that would solve this problem. All they do is talk about it and wait till things get worse before they start running helter skelter to see how they can solve it. And that's just the problem. It is a chaotic situation. It's a mad country. Nigeria is a mad country. It's a country filled with a lot of mad people, and they don't know they are mad until they start speaking or until they start acting up. Then say these people are showing signs of madness, and that is exactly what it is. All right. So that's one of the stories I wanted to talk to you about. Whenever you see all these politicians say they use the word soon or felt, or that is just big grammar. It's just to gaslight and distract the people that there is actually no food coming. The prices of food will still increase, and people will not see any change. People that usually buy beans at a certain amount, now they have to pretty much pay double with the rise of the dollar. The rise of the dollar increasing every single day to the naira. People are suffering, and that is just the crux of the matter. People are suffering, and this government is still as clueless as they were like the first time they came into power. Very clueless, and that's the reason why people have said enough is enough. They've had enough of this rigmarole. They don't even want to get their PVCs anymore. All they want to do is conduct a referendum and and call it quits. All right. They want to call this marriage of inconvenience quits. Everybody has to go their separate ways. People have to decide how they want to live their life. But this is not it for us. All right. So we're going to go on moving on to the next story now. This is a story. I don't know how many of you can hear this story. Let me see. Hopefully you can hear it. If let me make the audio louder. Since morning. From Nigeria police. I had an accident on Thursday. I got discharged yesterday at the hospital, so I came to the station today to make entry. Instead, they locked me up inside the cell since morning. Of Nigeria, they don't have any right to drive luxurious vehicle. It's crazy. As you can see in this story, this is a story of a young man that was arrested for driving a big car. He had an accident, and for some reason, he, got into an accident where, he needed help, and he called the Nigerian police. But guess what happened? The Nigerian police, your guess is as good as mine. They arrested him as well and claimed that he's a young man, and why is he driving a big car? As you can see, this is the kind of problems that Nigerians youths are going through. They are being targeted for driving big cars. They are being treated as trash for having money. And that is exactly what it is. They are being treated as trash. They don't respect their rights. You know, they don't value them. They don't honor them. And that's exactly what it is. They're being treated as trash. They don't respect their rights. So that is it. This young man put in jail. What was his crime? He was driving a big car, and the Nigerian police felt like he didn't deserve to have a big car. That is exactly how far we've gone in this country. This is another story again I wanted to know. 7 persons trapped as container falls on 3 cars in Lagos. Is this not the same story that you've been hearing all your life of how containers have been falling down on people's cars? Is this not the same? Have you seen anything change? That is the question I ask. Has anything changed in this country? Why is it that until today we still are seeing, we know how much of a menace these containers and trucks are in Nigeria? Menace. When you see them driving. Some of them have only 1 tire, 2 tires, 3 tires. They don't even have enough tires, but they are still in the roads. How? Who is giving these people the license? Where are the last mile officials? Where are the road safety officials that will allow a container that is not strapped to the truck? They would see a trailer that doesn't not strapped to the truck driving, and at the end of the day, people die whenever there is a negligence of the driver on the road. The roads are not even that motorable, but still, people still take those roads with a bad trailer or bad truck. It beats my imagination how we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. You cannot make the same mistakes over and over and over again and expect a different result. It is not possible. It is not possible. For you to be able to get a different result, you must take a different approach. Not all the time doing the same things. We have seen countless times why people keep dying, people keep losing their lives because of the negligence of these trailers. It is time for this to be put in a stop. We have to start acting like reasonable people. No one should be driving the trailers, and the agencies responsible, they should be holding these people accountable. No one should be driving with trailers where there's not strapped safely for protection, because at the end of the day, lives can be lost, properties can be damaged, and the world just keeps going on like nothing happened. And the victims have to just lick their losses and go back again with no help from the government. How many of these people will decide now they want to sue this container or sue the company that runs this business, and to get, how many of them will have that opportunity to do so? Some of these people will just go back home and continue living their lives, suffering and smiling. That is the seriousness and how bad it is in Nigeria. A lot of people are suffering and they are smiling. And this kind of behavior is not a welcome behavior. It has to stop. It has to definitely stop. All right, moving on quickly. This is a story that was trending yesterday. It's a really sad story of how people on board a train in Kaduna State, where the train was blown up by terrorists, and this particular person was confirming that terrorists did in fact, attack this train, and they can also confirm that some passengers died in the attack. As you can see, it is true. People are losing their lives on a daily basis in Nigeria. The terrorists are attacking the airports, they are attacking the roads, they also attack the trains. The question then is, what is the hope of a common man who cannot afford the airport? What is it? What is the role? What is the hope of such a person? A man who cannot afford to travel by plane has to possibly use the train. But the trains are in places where all you see are just bush forest, thick forest, and this terrorist can just go over there, blow up one of the train tracks, and boom, they are they have a large gathering of people they can kidnap, rape, kill, steal from, and this is just how the cycle keeps going. Cycle keeps going. Cycle of suffering, cycle of backwardness, cycle of shame and disgrace and hopelessness. These people that boarded this train, knew, most of them in their heart knew that they shouldn't have taken this train. They knew, but they had no option. Most of them, this was the last time in their lives they were going to take a train from Kaduna to Abuja, but they had no option. They wanted to make make a move. They wanted to move. They wanted to go somewhere else, do something else, and they felt like the only maybe most affordable option was the trip. If everybody could afford to travel by plane, I'm very sure most people in Nigeria will want to travel by plane. But it's very expensive to travel by plane. You'll be paying as much money as you could ever imagine. But now when you take a train, the government of Nigeria does not even ensure that the train has the necessary security cameras to even show what happened on this day. Nobody knows what happened. This is the job of the security agencies. Each train coach should have a camera installed there that should be transmitting directly to the National Railway Corporation. And as soon as they detect any false movement, immediately they should alert the authorities that would come in there and stop, at least reduce the casualties. But no, these trains were just blown up, people were shot at, people were killed, a beautiful lady was also killed, lawyers were killed, politicians were there as well, they were also killed, some of them were kidnapped. It is just a madhouse. That train represents Nigeria. If you look at the color of the train, it is green, white, green. It represents the state of Nigeria right now. Nigeria is currently in a chaotic state. It's a madhouse. Places are being blown up. When you want to look at the train from the eye of how Nigeria is right now. The Yoruba, the Igbo, the Hausa, everybody is in the train. But nobody knows whether they will make it to their destination. Some people take that train and they're lucky they make it to their destination. But some people are unfortunate, they don't make it. But nobody should always be unfortunate. Nobody should have to pray for safety just to use a train. It should be a simple service that the government offers to the people, and they make sure that, understanding the insecurity going on in Nigeria, they should ensure that anyone who enters that train will feel safe. In a country that works, with the amount of insecurity in Nigeria, there will be police officers, soldiers on those trains protecting the people each time, and that will be their only job, to forestall things like this, call for backup, have an helicopter crew coming in immediately. This is how civilized countries work. But Nigeria is not a civilized country. Nigeria is a madhouse. Nigeria is a madhouse. It's a place that is filled with mad people that think that they can hide their foolishness because they are wearing a suit or a tie or they are wearing an agbada, but it does not still save you. Now that we know that there are some mad people that are running around with guns killing people, we have now seen these people have met. Nigerians have finally met their match. They've met their match. The authorities in Nigeria finally met their match with all these terrorists. Because initially, all they had power to do was to kill innocent protesters, innocent people. Take, for example, NSAS. Take, for example, the IPOB protesters in the East and in Kwar. All those people that were killed in Kwar, in Aba High School. All those innocent people. But when it comes to the time of protecting people in the purpose for which they were hired to do the job, they run to hide. You don't see them. You don't see them for hours until after the emergency has been resolved or reduced. That is when they come in and start taking pictures and just pointing to the incident like we didn't see it. So this is why I'm not saying that the coming of Biafra or the coming of Oduduwa Nation is going to solve all the problems in the world, but I'm saying that it is going to be better than what we have right now. We cannot keep making the same mistakes. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. It is madness if we do that. If we do that. So let us tell ourselves the truth. How long more are we going to continue like this? Running in circles. The Nigerian government having no clue how to help the individuals, the people suffering, new generation suffering. This new generation is asking the older generation, what did you do? Why are things this bad? And the next generation will still ask our generation, what did you do? And I'm going to say that all I did was to promote the breakup of Nigeria. Because Nigeria as it is too big and it is ungovernable. We need smaller units so that people can actually understand what the problem is and where they are and see how they can solve it. It is time for us to wake up as a people. It is time for us to wake up, especially those in Nigeria. It's time for you to wake up and realize that you are on your own. Nobody's going to come help you. Nobody's going to come solve your problems. You are literally on your own. So moving on to the next story, this is the main story of how terrorists they bombed Abuja Kaduna train that had 970 passengers on board. This goes back to the same story as I was saying, 970 passengers. The lives of Nigerians are meaningless, obviously worthless. Nobody even cares anymore about the life of Nigeria. All they care about is what they can gain, what they can eat, how it can benefit their belly, because their God is in their belly. Their God is in their belly. They have no plans for Nigerians. They have no plans for the security of the people. All they care about is give me contract, give me contract, give me contract, give me contract. They don't do the job that they've been assigned to do. All they want is position, leadership position, but they still do not do the job they've been assigned to do. And that's the reason why I'm saying that the only way to solve this problem is not even by voting anybody into power, because you can vote somebody into power and the problem might just even increase more. The best way to solve this problem is to keep the problem where it is. The problem is the problem of the North. It's a northern problem. Everyone is dealing with their own problem. Keep this problem where it is. Send the military down there to solve the problem for the Northerners if they cannot solve it for themselves. And ensure that there is a peaceful breakup of Nigeria so that everybody will go and protect their borders. And all of this nonsense will stop. All of this nonsense will stop. Because imagine if there is a Biafra nation now, and the Biafra nations, their army is only protecting the Biafran people. How many of these marauders will come in there? Because you already know how to define the borders of Yoruba nation. You know the borders of Biafra nation. So you know that any intrusion into those borders will be a form of aggression, and that can be met with a counter force to repel such aggression. But when a country is massively big, how then do you control? How then do you control things like this? It's tough because you have to still send the same military down from the north to the east to go kill innocent people. We have seen videos, countless of videos of how the same military that are being wasted by the Fulani headsmen and the northern people over there, how they are being wasted in the north. They are not. They don't. They come to the east and they kill innocent people. Step on the faces of older men that are trying to make things work. Kidnap people that are riding their bikes, put them in the van, take them to state CID, wherever it is, and just keep them there for days, wasting their time, wasting their life. Innocent people. I don't know who did this to Nigerians, but we need help. I don't know who did this to Nigerians, but you all need help. This is not normal behavior. And things will only get worse from here. I know it may sound like a very dark prediction, but that is what it is. These terrorists have become very bold. They have enough camps. You know what it is to kidnap people? Before you kidnap a group of people, you have to figure out a way to keep them, store them. You have to still look around and protect yourself from people from the. It's a whole business, and some big people are gaining access from it. And there was an FBI report recently, or rather a State Department report recently of people that are supporting Boko Haram terrorists. They listed out like 7 names. All the names of the people supporting Boko Haram terrorists were from the north. The north, they created this monster. The north, they feed this monster. The north, they sponsor these monsters. So, at this point in time, I just want you all to know that we pray for the lives of those that were, killed. Pray that their families, get the help they need from the government to go through this process. It's not easy. I just hope that the Nigerian government does not leave them by themselves, as they've done in the past, and leave them on their own by their fate. But rather, I pray the Nigerian government takes full responsibility for this action, because it's their negligence, their failure to protect the railway that has caused this kind of issue. They should know better. They should know better. But again, the Nigerian government can never know better. They can never know better. If they have said that they had $10 billion in that train, believe me, they will protect that train. If they had $10 billion that was being shipped from Abuja to Kaduna on that train, the Nigerian government will figure out how to protect the train. But the life of Nigerians do not mean anything. 970 people, and they could not even care about whether or not these people will make it back. They didn't care. But rather, they will be creating fake memos, blaming innocent people, blaming the Igbo people for their own misfortune. It is time for everyone to wake up and realize that Nigeria is not for us. Nigeria is not for us. That country is not for us. Never is, never will be. It's time for us to wake up. Thank you, everybody. This is my time. I know that I've, spent a couple of minutes here talking to you all. I hope everyone here has been blessed. I hope you all have been, understood where I'm coming from. It is time for us to wake up and request a referendum to break up Nigeria so that we all can have relative peace in our lives and prosperity. From me, from here, thank you for watching. My name is Buchi Law. I am an attorney, a leadership coach, a health coach, as well as someone who sees things from a practical view and understands the future. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, as well as my Instagram and Twitter handles. I look forward to seeing you all some other time. Thank you and have a wonderful day.